Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. You are at the Cryptopolitan, your one-stop shop for all news when it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. I'm your host, Satoshi Shawn. Very glad you're here. If it's your first time here, please hit the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. We try to get news reports out to you pretty much every day. As a weekend report as well, which is what we're doing now. Whether you're a new subscriber, old subscriber, remember to crush that like button, really helps us out. Let's head over to the Cryptopolitan and go into the news. There's a lot of big things going on right now that I think a lot of people aren't talking about. One is coming out of Russia. Like several elements of the Russian government have always been very pro-technology and pro-cryptocurrency, especially Putin. Putin's just said, look, this is something that we need to be aware of. This is something that we need to regulate. This is something we need to be at the forefront of. But it seems like there's other elements within the government that are kind of working against it, which I'm sure are kind of want the status quo when it comes to banking and other things. But they are moving ahead. Russia is moving ahead with regulations, in-depth regulations, which I think are going to lay the groundwork for as kind of a blueprint for what the rest of the world will follow. However, because it's Russian, I think it will be fought by some of other Western countries, like the UK, United States, maybe Japan, just for the fact that it's Russian and that they are moving ahead. Or those countries will try to beat him to the punch, and we'll have like an opposite arms race of crypto acceptance, which would be great. So a report came out. The Russian Finance Ministry has proposed new regulations, but they're, like I said, very in-depth. The report of the classification proposed mentions increased acceptance of cryptocurrencies. They're going to put into 3 different categories: virtual assets, technical tokens, and digital finance assets. While it says most cryptocurrencies were regulated through similar sounding categorization, consuming of the 3 categories, however, the Russian model is more comprehensive. So it's going to be very, very, very comprehensive. And they have classified ETH and Litecoin and Bitcoin as technical tokens, which the SEC specifically called Litecoin, Bitcoin. I think Maker or DAO. They were not classified as security. They were definitely utility tokens, because no one was promising that there was no head. Like with XRP, they said definitely is, because there is a company that is promising that they're going to manage it. But I think it's really cool that that Russia is moving forward in that. Something that else, I don't know. I mean, it's good news, but Binance is going to participate in a friendly crypto bank. CZ said that they're going to work with Binance is going to work with one of its clients, the Founders Bank, one of the first crypto-friendly bank projects globally. Now MCO, Crypto.com, they have a debit card, which I've talked about. They have a great app, but that's all connected to a bank, which is very crypto-friendly. That's who issues the card. So I don't know what they're talking about, the first real crypto-friendly bank, as well as there's BitPay and some other ones, but I know Crypto.com is connected to an actual U.S. bank because you have to go through KYC. And what's even more impressive is that a woman founded the bank. That's not sexist. It's a little sexist. Paula Pandolfino has been a constant presence in the world of finance for years, and since she decided to invest in Bitcoin in 2016, her mission has become to create a crypto-friendly bank. So it is going to be in Malta, so it's going to be much more crypto-focused. So it's still great news, and I think Binance is really going to push it. And hopefully it'll open up some things with Binance as far as on-ramps and off-ramps for fiat. Now, this is kind of a funny story. So the UK authorities auctioned off recovered EtherDelta crypto worth about 300 grand. Basically, this kid who was a hacker was sentenced to not, have anything to do with computers. And the police arrested him for hacking again. And while inspecting his computer, the police discovered that he had stolen personal information on EtherDelta customers. And he had advertised for an online sale of $3,000 paid in cryptocurrency. His legal holdings were valued at the time to be about $337,000. And the auction took place, and they auctioned off $509,000. EtherDelta, I don't even know if it's around anymore. I think they did shut down. I think it was because of this. I always say when it came to EtherDelta, like they had when the ERC20 boom was taking place in 2017, and there were tokens coming out all the time, they were always on EtherDelta. You know, I always said you could get anything you want on EtherDelta. It's like going to the red light district, but you might catch something. And obviously some people caught something because this guy had over $330,000 worth of crypto. Now, I thought since it was EtherDelta, it's probably had like a million different kinds of worthless, you know, down 99%, you know, failed projects. But it specifically said he had BTC, XRP, and Ethereum. So I'm sure that was probably made up the majority of holdings that were worth anything. And last, everyone is scared of Libra. They really are. So the EU antitrust chief takes aim at Facebook's Libra. It's so funny to me because it's so transparent. They're not even trying hiding it anymore. What they're scared of. So they're going after Libra because they said you can't do this because it's like starting up a which I've always said, it's like starting up a global economy. You're going to be like bigger than China. You have more citizens. It's like a new country, a new currency, and that's what they're saying. So you can't do that. You're threatening us. Threatening France, Germany. A separate economy. The European Union antitrust chief takes aim, which I don't know how that's an antitrust. Basically, they're admitting that like the U.S. dollar and all, like other currencies are antitrust. Which I don't even think about that. They could go after the U.S. dollar as an antitrust thing. Taking aim at Facebook Libra, claiming that the project is creating a separate economy. Yeah. It said the biggest concern is that the project may create a separate online economy that would be nearly impossible to regulate. Yeah. If it turns out to be true, the network will be used for illegal transactions that are a huge concern for regulators because they want illegal transactions to go through the banks and use dollars and pounds and euros like it's supposed to. I think it's funny, and I really do think that Facebook is getting set up to fight back and to launch to be a separate economy and to give everyone else a run for their money. Literally a run for their money. That's about it for this weekend. It was nice hanging out with you guys. You take care. I'm Satoshi Sean. I'll see you in the next video.